So we've got an interesting video today, guys. So we're here at Quinta del Lago. Foz is on the camera, taking the reins. Big man, the legend, Craig, shelling some balls.
Yeah, right.
And obviously this setting is unbelievable. And look at that top camera work from Mr. Foster. So if you're filming a Hollywood epic, here's your man swinging the club with an injury. So Craig's left knee is what the doctor would call
Foot.
the official term.
In need of attention.
So just talk about your injury, Craig's, with your left knee. So what did you do, and what problems does it give you?
Yeah, so basically I did it when I was played football in like 17, 18, did my ACL on it, and was out for like 18 months. Obviously started playing golf about a year ago, and then I think whichever way I was swinging in the early days, there's been a niggle again, and the last literally 10 days since I've been here, it's got really bad.
It's blowing up, hasn't it?
Yeah, massively. Loads of fluid on it. Can't really get my weight forward in order to get the vertical, so I'm kind of on the back foot, and when I am there I'm loading the heel rather than loading the balls of the feet. So yeah, it's basically throwing the golf swing a little bit out.
So although he puts a brave face on, he's really struggling with pain. Obviously when he's filming and things like that, stood on his feet for 3 hours at a time filming. We've noticed this week, filming a lot and playing, it's really exacerbated that issue, and he's been struggling to walk at times. So it's a really good video, this, about how to adapt your swing around constraints. We've all got constraints. Knee problems, shoulder problems, hip problems, back problems. We've all got some form of limitation, generally. We're not all perfect movers. So we're adapting our swing to those limitations. But if you know what your limitations are, you can organise your movement around it, and that's what we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about how we can optimise the way he moves, but in an implicit way. So we're not instructing the body how to move, we're just giving it options. So what Craig was talking about was using mainly his vertical force, but he was talking about his lead leg, he was talking about his left leg, shifting onto that leg to be able to use it. But we do a lot of work with Edgar, European Disabled Golf Association, and some of the guys there are swinging on one leg. So how do they do it? How do they maximise their forces with one leg? So we can take a little bit of what they're doing and apply it to ourselves, particularly in Craig's instance here, where he essentially is using one leg, but he's trying to use two, and that might be the issue. We're going to focus on the right leg. We're going to try and take that pressure off the left. So, for example, if you've got a bad back or a bad shoulder, what's the first thing your body does? It moves in a way to protect it. But in a golf swing, if you're still swinging a certain way and you've got some form of injury and you're trying to force it, the nervous system generally wins every time. It's going to try and find some other compensatory pattern, and it's probably not going to produce the results then that you want, and you're probably just going to add stress to that injury. And what would you say your level of pain is when you're swinging, Craig, out of 10?
Like an 11.
So you're looking at a golf swing, and it looks pretty good, but he's grimacing through this golf swing. It's 11 out of 10 pain. I mean, I know that he's taking painkillers just to swing, so that in itself is a red flag, really.
That's the one where I can't.
So yeah, so it's important to get Craig's feedback. That's the one where you can't what?
Yeah, I can't get the club around because I can't get the weight there. So basically, the first one was that, there wasn't much pain there, and the second one was like someone was stabbing me in the knee with a knife.
We're stepping inside the coach's mind here, looking at it from the coach's eye. We're looking at the forces: shift, so horizontal, rotation, vertical. We're struggling with vertical. We're going to have to use the right leg. We can't really shift, okay? So we're going to have to minimise the shift, which means we've got to really recruit as much force from the other two as possible, which is the rotation and the vertical. So what we're looking at with Craig to do is to start to maximise these rotations, and for Craig it's probably going to feel so late before he gets to the ball. But what we're also going to look at and explore is the side bend, because how does he get to the ball? So he can cheat and do this, but the problem is the club's going to get there pretty early, body's not rotating, and everything, it basically adding loft and decelerating. By side bending, we're bringing it down, so we've got the arc to the ball, and then we can let this thing go later, and we can do it off the back leg. Okay, so we've got to utilise side bend. So these are things where this is looking at the body in a little bit more of a movement pattern, kind of explicit way, but we've got to see if these planes of motion are available. And if they're not, and you've got an impairment like Craig, then we need to maybe stretch and make these patterns recruitable. So if we're lacking in one area, if we're impaired, we're going to have to start moving more in other areas of the body. But this requires a massive shift in perception of how you swing and move, and probably way outside the normal scope of your movement. So we don't want to be creating more injury, so it's got to be safe. The ranges have got to be there. We've got to be working safely within them, and create a compensatory movement pattern. That's all it is, until it can get his ACL sorted. That's the thing. It's like, obviously we want to get it fixed. That's priority. But up until then, he wants to play golf. So the first thing we're going to do, Craig, we're going to put the pressure dome on there. Just take your stance so that's in the middle of your foot. All I want you to do is just rotate back and through. That's it. Rocking the board, but keeping the pressure on the back foot.
Right.
As if you're trying to lift, as if you're trying to push off. Yeah, with the leg. That's it. So that left, that's it. Does that feel okay to do?
Yeah.
Does that feel different?
Yeah. There's no pain here at all.
So what we've got a load in the right side. We're allowing his right hip to externally rotate, and he's pushing. So he's rotating his pelvis without a big weight shift. In fact, the left leg's extending. You can even, what I'd like you to feel, I'd like you to experience taking all the pressure off that red disc as you
Off
do
here?
it. Off the balance pad.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So you let the left knee extend, so you're pushing off it. That's it. Now see his upper body's rotating on a more horizontal kind of plane.
That's because the weight's back.
Yeah, so what we're going to do now is we're going to simulate throwing. We're going to use the same exercise, but now he's going to just simulate throwing. You don't have to let go of the ball, but just side on and look at the side bend. So we're leaving the club head behind the body just as late as possible. Yeah, even, that's it. And we're going to add a little bit more stimulus to this now, a bit more sensory input, bring in the tennis ball. So what he's got to do now, he's got to roll his foot over the pressure dome to press that. So now he's got his pressure moving back and through the foot, and really feeling this compression of the ball of the foot to push up. You'll see a lot of people use this under the lead foot, but we're using it under the trail foot to get some extension, so more extension. That's this, you'll flex and extend. Different feel?
Yeah.
Cool. Just move the ball back, right of centre. So we're not creating a demand to shift left. So
Yeah.
a bit further back, right of centre with the ball.
Cool.
That's it. Now, let's have a few swings, just have a few shots, exploring that movement.
Okay.
And what's the first kind of feedback you get from that? You feel different?
Yeah, massively. The club was a lot later. That strike sounded nicer as well.
So we're taking out any concept of shifting left. You're staying back loaded.
Oh, that was me getting handsy.
It's all right. And leaving the club to trail behind. This is trailing behind the whole system. You're going to be extending up off that right side. Yes, like that.
Good side bend there as well.
Yeah.
Different shot.
Exactly where I wanted it.
I think the notion of weight shift for all golfers can be sometimes misinterpreted or overplayed, and we start trying to shift so much, we're actually doing it in an artificial way, and we're just making life more difficult. It's a natural thing. So it's like throwing a ball. You don't think about shifting. It's a movement that precedes what is about to happen, whereas we don't need that here. That's awesome, isn't it? How does the knee feel doing that?
Yeah, I don't feel anything. I don't feel anything. Sorry, talk to the microphone. Yeah, I don't feel anything.
That's it. Let's see if we can get the right heel off the floor though. So you're going to be using that right heel. You're going to be using the butt for forefoot. Yes, that's it. Yes, just like it's like rocking the board. So you're going up and back. That's it. What a golf shot.
Very good.
Different feel?
Yes. Massive. Tell you what, it's a workout. Hats off to all the Edgar boys.
Yeah.
Just being on this one side.
I'd seriously recommend going on the Edgar site and having a look at the guys, because that's the European Disabled Golf Association, and I'd definitely recommend going and have a look, because it's inspirational stuff. It's just the stories, but how they adapt to play the game and the level they play at is phenomenal. Just using that right leg, keeping the mass back. Look at that.
Yeah, that felt so different.
Looks different as well. The side bend on the
side
good
bend was-
ones, it's
That's a feeling.
brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah, I've not really felt.
This is allowing you to release this later, so it's all much more in traditional coaching terms,
feeling-
a stable through impact. You've not got all this stuff going
Yeah,
on.
that feel of being connected here that people say.
Yeah. But it all happens. That's where these
Naturally.
words. That's where these words emerge from. These kind of patterns that people associate with and recognise. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just terminology. It's language. It's what the movement feels like that's important. The flight's more neutral though.
Yeah.
Not got big
That
shit.
wasn't it there, but that
No.
was.
But you know, in a game of golf, that's playable.
Yeah.
It's like a gamer swing. This is your gaming swing. This is like, I keep this thing in play. The good's going to be phenomenal. When it's a bit off, when it's a 6 out of 10, you're not in someone's swimming pool. That flight is beautiful, isn't it?
That was the best one yet.
And how's the knee feel with that?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
You can use that, of course. But let's put the ball. You can clip the ball away on a tee peg. Normally we'd have another GRF or something. In fact, I'll tell you what.
Working on the job.
Use your
This
environment.
is Z Improvisation Mechanics. This is called.
Now, this is actually going to help us because it's inverted. We'll kick the weight off. This is not something you normally recommend in a golf swing. You definitely don't want that leg in that foot in more pronation at setup and resisting that external rotation. You'll often see things shaped this way or pushing and things like this to swinging. It's like you don't want this, but in this instance, this is a good thing because it's actually helping you to stay back. Yes, well done. and this is a lesson in detaching yourself from outcome of the ball,
Yeah.
but maintaining focus on the actual quality of your movement pattern. What's the feedback you're getting from your movement? Because we're refining movement here. We'll switch attention in a bit, but yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that push was early.
Yeah, that was nice.
That's it.
There you go.
Just watch my fingers.
I was panicking then. I was like, they're gonna lose.
Oh, Craig.
Mate, it's efficient. You're going to be shocked when you see what
Really?
you're
It's like
actually
that?
doing, because I know
Yeah,
what
'cause I can feel that so much there.
you think you're doing and what you're doing. It's unreal.
Oh,
Look at
God.
that fly.
That was the best strike as well. That.
Flushing it, mate.
Your injury might have helped you find your best efficient swing.
Does that feel okay with the knee?
Like until I'm pushing off there, I don't feel anything over here, like at all. Like there's minimum stress over here.
Awesome.
Minimum.
Look at that, mate.
That's the one.
Bit of the air.
Yeah.
So we take this away and now sense that movement with terra firma. Thank you, Kinta, for that.
Oh, that's different.
What's it feel like now again with the ground?
That's different.
Yeah.
So you get a sense now of how you can use the ground.
It's just that I've never felt
That crunch.
Yeah,
That
crunch.
side
Yeah.
crunch, yeah. But look at that. But he's doing this on one leg, essentially. You don't need two legs. Mate, that's unreal.
That one there, you can see when you see that back, the lack of pressure on the left side, or
I mean, yeah, that didn't move at all.
or the force used from the right side, whichever way you want to do it. But
Yeah, I think it was because I threw it back further as well. I got that, you know, the extension you were saying at the start.
Do you know what's telling me that you're getting this right too? Is because that ball flight's low when it's out the middle.
Yeah.
So you're actually striking this. He's managing to do that with the golf club off his back leg. So how do you get the handle over there with a ball that's back here and a descending angle? You've got to be like this. You've got to be rotated. You've got to be a sequence. You've got to have used, and you're getting the power. So you've got force coming through the body. You've got to be like this.
Yeah.
Because if that ball starts launching high, you're getting this, which means you've lost your sequence. It's refinement. Look at that.
That is unreal.
I mean, that's going as far as normal, but with one leg.
I mean, it's landed 10 foot for the pin.
Yeah. Now take the slider away. This is counter to how we use it normally. What are we going to do?
Stay back.
We're going to stay back. If this board goes that way, we've shifted mass, we've moved, we've shifted pressure. We're essentially we've now disengaged this side, so we're going to stay back, hit balls like that. If you love the coaching, but you're not able to get a lesson and want to experience the transformation for yourself, the closest thing you can do to get a lesson is buy a Zen GRF Infinity training system and experience the same things that you're seeing my pupils go through in a lesson. It's a training tool that allows you to discover your swing naturally, and a 2-hour download of all the exercises that enable my pupils to tap into those forces and find their most natural, efficient golf swing. But these are the extremes you have to go to if you've got some form of limitation or impairment. And this is a limitation. Wow.
Yeah. The Maximus is going to be it's going to be feeling it tonight.
Feel good?
Yeah, unbelievable.
Oh, mate.
You can see I was going for that as well,
Oh,
couldn't you?
yeah. Let's step off it now. Now just notice, no practice swing, just going to have a shot now, see how it feels now. With that weight distribution. Oh,
Beautiful, mate.
that's a different ball flight, mate.
Beautiful.
How does the left knee feel?
Yeah, fine, absolutely fine.
Setting up for a draw again, it's great to see. You match it up, all these matches that people talk about, look at that draw. All these matchups,
That ball flight.
all these matchups,
Low drawing.
they happen naturally when you invite the body into the right space. So a couple more, mate.
Right.
Put on a show.
I'll go a big one from this. The strike was unreal. Straight, I just went straight right.
So let's go a little bit straighter. Put on that display, mate. Let's call the shot.
Okay. Let's go draw into the yellow one.
Go on then. Oh, mate.
Beautiful. One more from shot
Mate,
trace of you, please.
He's just nailed that, mate. And yeah. The thing is, now we're in gaming mode. So now he's switched his attention onto a golf shot and he's applying this pattern and adapting it to play the golf shot. That was bang on, wasn't it?
Yeah. Alright, let's go the blue one now. Oh my god. I know it didn't go on it, but that was probably the best hit one yet.
Yeah. So now adapt it for the blue. So you've got the draw. I mean, the draw is a golf shape. It's the shape of shot. It's the golf shot you've always been wanting to play all the time, and
Yeah.
you're doing it every time now. You've got the draw shape, draw movement.
Right.
All I need to do is play around with it, but that strike is just that's a sound I've never heard.
And I mean,
Pure, mate.
you normally bust your irons, but the thing is, it's been busting your knee.
Yeah.
Whereas now you've got taken all the pressure. Feel all right with that?
Yeah, unbelievable. Like knee is.
And the
absolutely
key word you said there is I've got to play around with it.
Yeah,
And that's
just
essentially what you've got to do, play
path
around.
path and face, and because obviously I'm in a different place, a different space, different manoeuvre.
Yeah,
I just need to play around with face and path and
yeah,
work it out.
exactly. Work it out. Well done, pal.
Awesome.
Well done, guys.
Awesome. Well done. Well filmed. Hollywood is calling, mate, for you.
No thumbs up.
Yeah.